Just take my hand. You 어서 용기 내 기다리는데 왜 모르니? Yeah, I'm ready. One step 달려와줘 like a lila. 나만 사랑한다고 가져왔던 떨림마저 저 바람결에 사라지는 것. 내려서 잠깐 걸을 거. Yeah. 설레는 그 말 눈부시게 빛난 모래 위 걸음 slow down. 모든 게 좋아. Sunshine, shine. Just take my hand. You 어서 용기 내 기다리는데 왜 모르니? Yeah, I'm ready. One step 달려와줘 like a lila. 나만 사랑한다고 가져왔던 떨림마저 저 바람결에 사라지는 것. 그대와 내 사이 놓여진 그림자 가까워지고 두근거림 속에 우리 시작된 firework 가와줘. 나만 사랑한다고 감춰왔던 떨림마저 저 바람결에 사라지는 것. One step 다가와줘 like a lila. 날 사랑한다고 감춰왔던 떨림마저 저 바람결에 사라지는 것.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's time for another Power Play show with Coach Frenchy, Andrew Lepage, Inortap, and Michael DiVelleno. It's time Power Play show. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks to be with us tonight. A special Saturday night, July. What about not talking about hockey? It's the night to talk about the Let's Talk Hockey with everybody in the chat tonight. We are this is the last week of the season 2021-2022 with the UF3 happening July 13. And then after that, everybody in hockey don't want to talk about hockey. And then they have a lot of development camp this week, Montreal, back on the ice tomorrow. And we're going to talk about different things, the NHL draft 2022. We talk about a lot of movement in NHL in the last couple of days, a signature trade. And then finally, we're going to talk about, we're going to answer to your question. I'm sure when Renault show up, we're going to be busy. And then we're going to have, of course, at the end, not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 questions. Frenchy quiz tonight. It's a Saturday special night, so why not to go with 6 questions? And extra for someone, they have a 0-5, maybe have a chance to get 1 and 6 at the end of the night. But this show, we cannot be the best without the 2 people, and Mr. Inortap and Mr. Andrew Lepage from Nova Scotia. Welcome back in the house.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Hockey Nation. Great to be
How's it
here.
going, Coach? Leonard Taft and Hockey Nation. Hope everybody enjoyed the last couple days.
But first of all, Mr. Natap, hi with no phone, no internet for 24 hours a couple of days ago. Look like everything is coming back normal over there in Toronto. Glad to hear that. Thanks to join us tonight. We're going to have a great show. It's a special night, so let's talk hockey. That's really what we want to do tonight. I'm going to go reviewing what happening during the NHL draft and who is the winner, who is the loser, what do you think happening. We're going to recapping a little bit what the Montreal Canadiens did overall, and definitely we're going to talk about your team. What do you think about your performance? So what we're going to do at some point, we're going to go that area here, and we're going to have all the name of your players get selected by the team. So you talk about different team. I'm going to give you all their name and what I'm thinking, how they did great or not. And, of course, we're going to talk the news, because we have a lot of news. New players already signed a big contract the last couple of days. So we're going to ask each one of you what you think about this. But we cannot start the show without welcome everybody in the chat. Not many rules here. The only rules we have, please don't forget to put the letter Q in front of your question. That's the first thing. Secondly, stay respectful inside the chat. And then please click on the likes. That'd be great. Thirdly, I did not put the number there, but we are less of 20 subscribers to reach the 5,000K. So we are at the hand. We have 4 days to do this. So each one of you, if you know someone, can add another click on the subscriber. If you know someone, maybe your dog, your cat, or someone else like that, just open an account for them and go from that one over there. So we have a few people to join us tonight. Mr. Vinny James 007, welcome in the house tonight. And Mr. Danny T, the moderator, captain of the Hockey Nation, I show chief, cannot talk anymore. Welcome, Mr. Danny T.
Danny.
From Park the Monkey to the Park Monkey now. Welcome back, Mr. Bud the Monkey, Park the Monkey. Welcome with us, South Florida, tonight.
Hey, Park Monkey.
Hey, Bud. How's it going?
Thanks to be with us. What about the report, the rumor report NHL, Mr. Luciano GRAZIANO?
Luciano.
You know, Luciano, you should be like me and Andrew. With a team like we are, we losing air because Montreal do so bad, so we don't have no hair anymore. I can imagine you with hair because the Toronto Maple Leafs still looking for goaltender. Luciano, if you've been a hockey goalie before, maybe you should call Kyle, ask him if he wants to get you for the next upcoming season. They're looking for anybody want to get to have a pad, just be in front of the net, start the puck. That's what they are in Toronto right now. That's what they're looking for. What about Mr. Luc Lafortune? Is in the house tonight.
Look. How's it going?
From Edmonton area, Mr. Andy Kuivula.
How's it going?
We heard he got drafted this weekend, so congratulations. Maybe a member of his family. Who knows what's happening about this one over there. And Mr. Tim Morrison, another fans of the Edmonton Oilers, back-to-back. Welcome board, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
From Sherbrooke, de la belle région de Sherbrooke et de la belle province du Québec, Nicolas de Gauby-Bonneau. Welcome back, Nicolas.
Welcome, Nicolas.
From Utah, number one fans of Los Angeles King, have an amazing, great news. New signature over there, Mr. Ron with Kings 20. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Ron.
From North Carolina, number one fans of Detroit Red Wing, but of course the Carolina Hurricanes, relaxing right now in front of the fire pit. Mr. Caleb Sauce is in the house tonight.
Love sauce. How are you?
Cedar to Casper, Bavarian, a connection about this one over there. But you need to add one more pass. let another helper went out, the Simon Edvinson to Casper to Sitter, top shell, and good night, turn the lights off. It's over, 4-3 in overtime, 2 minutes 46 again. Mr. Alexis Zbik, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us tonight.
Alex, how are you?
Zev Lecave, welcome back. Zev, a couple of days off. He's in the house tonight. Michael DeVillano, stop by to say hi. Michael, thanks to be with us. Nat Lafont Island, Montreal Island. Welcome back, Nat.
Hello, Nat.
I'm sure the people in Montreal now, they can relax a bit more with so many people all around the world and in Montreal for the last couple of days. I'm sure some people stay there anyway for the weekend. You know, they have a chance to be there, so why not to enjoy it? From Marietta, Georgia, number one fans of Philadelphia Flyers, Angelo. Welcome back.
Hello, Angelo.
Oh, Mr. Alan Barnes. Welcome back, Alan.
How's it going, Alan?
Her friend, William McClary. Welcome back, Mr. William. Excellent work on your draft coverage from a Saturday. Thanks so much, William. We try the best we can. We lost our expert with no internet, but at the end of the day, he come back tonight. That's the most important thing. He said, I don't want to work, so we're not to say to everybody, we don't have no internet. I'm going to call Roger, cut everything, and that's happening. So they shut down everything in Canada because in our tap, he is the best of the best in Canada, so he has some connection. So he cut the connection, by the way. Sure. Real Deal Prim is in the house.
Real deal. How are you?
Here we go. Andy coming back exactly. Andy's coming back in the play goal for the Oilers. I knew he was going to love it. Coach Caleb, salut. Nat, content de repêchage. Anaheim, à l'aide de leur pick. Nathalie, Nat. C'est quoi la vision du Canadien? Speed, Alexis. Size, Alexis. Resilient, Alexis. Hockey sense, Alexis, and you can see already it's getting to have that kind of mold together. It's getting a little bit the way Ken Hughes want to be, or the team and staff management want to be that team of that area. So no reconstruction, Alexis, no reset. There's just a transformation. They do one step at a time. So you can see by the pick, 11th pick. We're going to talk about this a little bit later for sure. And unbelievable, Mr. Natap. I'm at the bottom. We have no question.
Beautiful.
So
wow.
So maybe let's go for the Frenchy quiz, and then we're going to go home. So you guys, you've been here. Just say hi to everybody. So that's pretty good about that one over there.
Because Renault's not here yet.
I'm sorry? Renault is not here yet. Exactly. Très content aussi construit pour l'avenir. Luc Lafortune said. Kirby, es-tu bon? Il devrait être bon, Alexis. Il faut attendre on va attendre là, un peu plus longtemps pour voir comment il va se développer. Mais c'est un bon joueur de hockey. C'est certainement, il y a du talent, mais on va voir comment il va se développer avec le Canadien. Tout ce que j'ai à dire, regardez vers le haut, nous sommes en bas. Donc, Mr. Inartap, any comments you want to mention, you want to talk about, or open up the introduction to the show? Me, I welcome everybody. You follow with what you want to talk about.
Well, we got to say, Coach, first of all, it was an exciting draft. It lived up to the hype, number one. Number two, we got surprises as we anticipated. And I would say right to the last second, it was still up in the air in my mind, whether it was going to be Slavkovsky or Wright. And a lot of drama, very exciting. They pulled it off well in Montreal. I mean, it's the place to be when you want to celebrate something, and they did it to the nth degree there with the tributes that they did at the beginning of the ceremonies and during. And funny thing is, if you notice on the second day when they were doing the draft rounds 2 to 7, they had to stop using their cells. A lot of them. They had the landlines from table to table because of the Rogers interruption. And so they couldn't,
Yeah.
it was hard to make deals unless you were on the landline.
Yeah, so what they did, they used the old phone line,
Yeah.
and they had to replace those connection, everything like that. So they shut down that area over there. You're absolutely right about this. So they have no choice about this. Did you listen to the draft by radio or the old time,
Well,
put a radio on your
I
ear and
went
said,
at, once I figured out I had nothing at home because, I have the mistake of everything is with Rogers that I have at home, internet, phone, TV, and nothing was working. So, I went to,
Hooters?
no, I wish it was Hooters. I went, I went to a coffee shop and just used their Wi-Fi there. And that's when I was able to get a couple messages left and right. But I kind of missed a lot of the afternoon of the drafting, but I was hearing what was going on. So,
Mr. Andrew?
Oh, I think it was totally a great performance for Montreal's, the building themselves, the way they hosted that. I heard today that they're going to start to bring it back to Montreal a little more frequent than they have in the last few years, which is nice to hear because it was such a great job. Again, like you said, so many surprises, and what I enjoyed, like I said, I found Montreal made a point. They were looking for hockey IQ, big step forward. That's a drastic change in the way we draft. So it's going to be interesting. There are some, little size-wise, we're kind of, but IQ, unbelievable on the guys they picked. And overall, there's several teams that did quite well. Like I think of Anaheim. Who else was there?
Seattle.
Chicago did okay, with their extra
they were
drafts.
okay.
Other than their trades were a little silly, but their drafts were all right, in replacements.
Arizona was fine. I think.
Yeah.
Who else? Buffalo, I think, did okay.
Well,
Those
and
those
Jersey
were the
did
major
all
ones.
right.
I
Jersey
liked
did all
LA
right in the
too.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LA, I thought was fine. They drafted some good players.
They did.
Yeah.
So it was very exciting. Very exciting. I was like you, and I don't even have Rogers, but it was affecting everything I was connected to. So I ended up into the problem myself. So I got lucky enough to catch a bit of it till the fourth round. And then I was still then we decided to go shopping. And guess what? We couldn't use our banks because of Rogers.
The internet, the interacts.
Yeah. For me, is that the way it's friend between them right now and Marc Bergevin. You have a lot of things, but they are aggressive. That's the one thing. They are really aggressive. They do the homework, unbelievable. The homework they did, and then thirdly, they take gamble. They gambling a lot. So the Gordy Dak is a gamble. It could be bad or it could be great. The Lane Hudson pick 62. It's another gamble over there. The Philip Mézard, it's another gamble over there. Where it's okay, but it's not everything because they're really searching. And then after that, the way they pick the players, they looking for the player are really resilient in life. They go through adversity. You think about Sapkowski left the home at 15 years old and leave alone at 15 years old. The story, guys, the Vincent Rohrer, the number 75, another Austria players is unbelievable. The way he managed alone. Of course, another player leave alone and no parents around, everything like that. So they have they won with. For me, they went deep with the players they select. They know exactly who they are. They know exactly what they've been. And as you can see, they're looking for specific player with a really high IQ hockey, sense hockey. And for me, I was really impressed about this one. So we have a couple of people show up with a couple of questions. First is from Michael, said, question, New Jersey draft evaluation about this. I don't know if you want to talk about the New Jersey evaluation. I'm going to bring you guys here so you can see who they are. Then that will give you an idea who they pick, everything like that. We know they select number 2, Simon Nemec, for the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that signing. I thought that was
And
what
then they
should have
got,
been actually looking for.
Then after that, they got 46, Seamus, KC, Tyler Bretnan, the goaltender at 102, Daniel Orlov, Charlie Lady, and then you got the Ozer, Filmon, and Barabosha. Honestly, it's all about the number 2, right? It's what they get. A solid defenseman, maybe the best defenseman. We're going to see this in 5 years. It's all about projection at the end of the day. But to get a Slovakia, the double Slovakia back-to-back, but the fact Nemec get there changed everything. And then the same as Casey guy was about 30 to 35, 38 on many prospects. So they get him at 46. They focus really on the defenseman or the defensive side. Their first 5 pick of this draft, it was really on the defense and the goaltender. So what do you think about them and how you qualify them?
Yeah, there's only 2 forwards that they picked there, as you can see, and they were in the later rounds. But I think part of it, Coach, was if you sit back and you think about it, they were kind of thrown off because they were waiting to see what happened with Montreal with that first pick. I think their number 1 pick would not have been Simon Nemec. That was definitely their plan B. They would have gone after Slafkovsky had we gone either Cooley or Shane Wright. And once that happened, that took them on a different direction. I'm glad that they addressed goaltending. I think they picked up a very good goaltender in Brennan. In my opinion, probably the second best. I still think Leinonen was a little bit stronger, and he went earlier actually than 102. But you know, they've got good defense there. Like I don't see. I if I had to give him a grade, I'd probably give him a B. I thought that they did a good job.
Yeah, I do too. I think they focused on the defense is really where they needed to focus. Now, I think the only error they made, to tell you the truth, had nothing to do really with the draft other than they could have utilized it. And that was DeBrincat. When you see how cheaply Ottawa got DeBrincat, I'm sure Jersey could have pulled off that trade easily and got DeBrincat for that spot. But like I say, you got the best defenseman, no doubt. Thought they were very wise to take Nemec, to tell you the truth. I thought it was gutsy to stay out of that 3-way little race with the forwards there. And I think they stuck to their guns as well, like the Habs. They did very well. And I think, like you say, getting a goaltender, focusing on that, it's something they do need to address. So they're looking at it. They're showing the future that they're focusing on it and seeing if they can, develop a guy, right?
Yeah, and it's a direction that they have to go, and not just them. I think throughout the NHL, it's come to the point where I think we're neglecting goalies for some reason and taking them at very late rounds. I know they develop at a later age, and it takes time, but you have to think sometimes 10 years down the road, and you have to always have a successor to who you think is your starter today. And not get yourself in the position that New Jersey was in before. Like, they have goalies, but from one day to the next, 1 month to the next, you don't know who their starter is, really. Is it Blackwood?
Exactly.
Is it,
And another questions about Seattle Kraken. They ask if Shane Wright is going to play with them next year. But we have, for me, we're going to talk a little bit deeper about that team, where they select very well. Right, first round. Then they have 4 pick on the second round from 35 to 61. They got Furcus Nyman, the goaltender, second round. That's the first goaltender in this draft pick, if I can recall it. David Goyette, Ty Nelson, Ben McDonald. I'm telling you now, the first 7 pick, Ty Nelson, guy, 68. He was the first overall pick for an OHL by the Norway a couple of years ago. Goyette is another big fan, so a big one over there. Goyette is a really great or forward. He should be on below 50 this year on the men. Johnny Lehman is another great Finland, big winger, 6'3". Furcus, we know what he accomplished in WHL, a great oriented, he can score. And then everything about Shane Wright, we already know where he is, everything like that. So I think Charlotte did very well. What do you think about, and then if you think Shane Wright will be with the team next year?
I think he has a good chance,
go ahead.
truthfully, of stepping in. I think if he had went Montreal's direction, he would have been going back to junior, in my opinion. But with Seattle, I honestly think he could actually pretty much step in. They're going to have to look at him, of course, and see where he's at. But I think he could step in, and I think he's going to do all right. He's going to have a lot less pressure. And, they're going to be able to work with the issues that he does have. There's no doubt they did extremely well in my view as well, Coach. I agreed with the way you broke everything down today with the drafts. They're definitely one of the winners. They are building that team up nicely. But Shane is definitely, he seems to be a good kid, but there are definitely maturity issues. I mean, to stare down the Habs table, that kind of just, to me, verified his immaturity. But it's something he can be taught to get out of that. Like, it wasn't classy at all. But I think he's a good kid. And, I think it'll come around. He's going to learn from the pros. He'll break those type of habits, and he'll get on the right track. I think he's going to have a great career. I think the 5 first picks are going to do very well myself. I think they're all going to have great careers.
Andrew, how high I was on Shane Wright coming to Montreal. I really thought, that given their needs, that they would have gone at the time with Wright. And listening to him in interviews, I thought, I don't know if I see this attitude issue with him. But like you said, that stare down, like that spoke volumes to me. That right there, and then to have 2 other teams right after him also bypass him, also told me a lot about him. Now, my only issue is I know some of it can be tapered down, but you know what? A leopard doesn't change his spots. And
Exactly.
sometimes you are who you are, and it's good to have ego if you channel it properly towards being like conviction and trying to win and just channeling it in the proper way. It's another thing when you think, as he did, that he deserved to be the number one.
Yes. I wanted to hit.
I mean, Seattle, I think he'll have less pressure in Seattle. I agree with you. And so that'll benefit him. And I hope he does well, because, I mean, I have nothing against Shane Wright.
Right.
I think he's a fine gentleman, and he'll do well. But in Seattle, it looks like Seattle, their focus was to try to go offense. And, they got guys like Fergus that has a high roof. I like Neiman as well. They went for a goalie as well. So they try to address forwards, and you can see that throughout the board there. Most of their picks are on defense. I thought it was a solid draft for them. I would probably give them an A-.
Yeah, most definitely. And that was the other thing that I think affected. I was listening to a lot of different interviews, and they were, with scouts and stuff like that, and they said that was the one thing that was coming across to a lot of the GMs, was that he felt deserving of that spot, and they also felt they noticed his responses looked rehearsed. So I think he kind of hurt himself in that department, whereas the other candidates, it seemed to be free flowing. They answered on the spot, if you know what I mean. It didn't look like it was rehearsed or anything of that nature. So I think, he's a young man, like you said, and I think, there are some issues there, but I think he's in the right spot. I think that's the perfect place. Ron Francis, and you know what? When I look at it, I think that was a great point. I think he's more of a Ron Francis type than he is a Bergeron. when you look at his style, when you really look at it. I don't think he fills the grade of a Bergeron. I do think, however, the guy who just drafted him, he has a lot of his style.
Yeah, I would add a couple of things. First of all, for me, when he looked at the table for Montreal, and nothing there wrong with there, it just motivated him. He said, Philip, many players does this. Zadina, when he got picked 6 by Detroit, he was upset by everybody because he was supposed to be number 3. And Montreal put Kotkaniemi, then they got Kachuk, and then he got Zadina dropped down. And then he was upset about everything. And he said, I'm going to prove I can score more like anybody else. So it's just a normal reaction for Shane Wright. I think he never heard or anybody from Montreal told him he's going to get number 1 or he's going to get picked. But his feeling he's going to be number 1. You have more frustration, not for Montreal, to become a number 4. That was maybe his biggest disappointment or frustration because he was never expected to be behind at that level and number 4. Secondly, I want to mention to you, I have a lot of consentment between the teams said they never understand why when COVID-19 show up, he never decide to go play in Europe. He never decide to leave OHL and go stay to play in Sweden or in Swiss or in Liga or try to play game and not to stay home every time like that. So they have another red flag for its front team about that decision. Agent, family, him, I don't know. That's the thing. Great thing happening, guys. Before he got called, before he got drafted by the Seattle Kraken, 2 minutes prior, he was sitting in the stand. He got a phone call from Wayne Gretzky, and Gretzky told him what happening right now. He encouraged him every time that. So it's pretty neat to get. So Gretzky tried to find a phone number right. He got it, and he texts him. And he'll tell him about, hey, don't worry about this. Everybody start at 0. It's happened to everybody. So yeah, you have a good words encouragement. That shows what Wayne Gretzky is. And that shows what Shane Wright is, of course, and the world of hockey in Canada, everything like that. So it's sad when you expect like this. I think is not behavior, the way he respond or he was said, I'm going to be number 1, I deserve to be number 1. That sentence, I deserve to be number 1, did not do well with many teams because he did not show his flash or his work ethic sometimes. A lot of people in our tab said, today I listen a lot of different locations, and they would said,
me too.
A lot of coach, scout, they think his responsibility in defensive zone is not what the people is. It's not the top of the best in NHL. Like he on the OHL, on the Central Asian. So he said, look, they have some red flag around him every time. That at the end of the day, is going to be a great hockey player. For me, if you think about the top 4, he's at the right spot. At Montreal, too much pressure. And New Jersey, too many center. And Arizona, 5,000 people, he's going to hate that. Now he's going to be where they don't have center. It's a new place. It's a people all love it. And I think if you think about, you're always something pushed behind some negativity in your life. And I think if you turn around that plate, when you go to bed that night, he sit with his parents, he reevaluate everything, say, hey, I'm great. That's a great spot for me. And maybe I'm the best place right now compared to the first top 4 over there. So about Shane Wright, I just want to share my point about him, and we'll see what happened. But again, I have nothing against him for sure about this one.
There's nothing against him. And it's like you guys were saying, I think we all did the same thing because I was doing that, studying him today as well. And there was actually even scouts that brought out video clips of some of his games. He was not Patrice Bergeron style whatsoever. There was a lot of him sitting back and not coming back with his team to help the defense whatsoever. There was a streak there that you could see. So a lot of those reports weren't wrong.
Yeah, we have a question to ask us about Kirby. That how many points he get? We don't know yet. I cannot. For me, like anything will happen next year. We don't know if he's going to play third line, fourth line, second line, and if you turn that, so a little bit too early for me to answer that one over there. William said this. Rumor is in a Theo leave. The cost Sunday money by moving him to American Gillette to save cap space. Now Sunday is trying to squeeze them for more money, and he thought.
Can't see the name. Who's he talking about?
Sandin. Ramis Sandin.
Sandin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a tricky situation there. Like, I think the fact that he finds himself as it looks like on the outside looking in with the Leafs is a bit of a problem. I still think this guy can be offer sheeted, and you're not going to lose much by picking him up, and you can probably get him on the very cheap. And I think he'd be a good defenseman for somebody out there. A very good defenseman.
Yeah, here's the point right now. Yeah, he's on a second contract. He signed at the beginning 1 year because he came late. Now he got a second contract. Now he is RFA. So the minimum he can get is $1 million. Right. But if the key is he can. But if they send him to ask him to sign a 2-week contract, he will completely refuse to do this. So he was going to have whatever it is, 1.5, 1 million, 2 million. He's going to be attacked the salary cap for Toronto. So I tried to answer the best for him, for William about this. William is, he cannot be a 2-week contract. So every money he's going to get, what money by moving him to AHL to save Cape, it does going to work, William. The sending camp, it will refuse to show up at the camp. It will say, you know what, we don't go nowhere. We're not going to play. So because when you are free, you have no much negotiation. And the second thing you have to be careful, William, Toronto have to give him an offer sheet until Tuesday the 12th. If you don't get an offer sheet, now he become a UFA. The thirdly about this, he can, of course, get an offer if Toronto don't wait after the 12th. But now, when I say become a UFA, it's not true. He can get an offer sheet for another team and Carolina example, and because they are good on the offer sheet. So they maybe ask them, Toronto, hey, we're going to ask him for $2.5 million or $3 million. And now maybe Toronto will say, no, we let him go. So that's a little bit tricky when you play that game, William, about this one over there. I can understand he's disappointed because they have Muzzin, Giordano, Raleigh is still now 23 years old. Where's my spot here? I think I deserve it. But I think Toronto have to move Muzzin to open up more space over there. Now, maybe to ask him, maybe play on the right side. That's maybe not the best thing. But I think the kid is a good hockey player. It's under one is on the ladder behind. Second pairing in NHL could be the way I would thinking of this. You have some, look, he played on the power play in unit number 2 for them.
That's right.
So I showed you how he is about this. Ron, we came right back in the same way as Eagle did when been drafted. Does he end up being a player like Eagle, where people have a little bit of respect for him? I don't think so, Ron. I would not consider Jack Eagle with Shane Wright. On front level, first, Eichel is a better hockey player in NHL, for sure. And the respect, I'll be honest with you, Ron, it's coming from the fans. Inside the hockey, people love him. The players like this Jack Eichel. It's more the fans because the situation with Buffalo, with the neck injury, return of that, and he tried to prove a point, return of that. But I'm telling you right now, the players, 1 point per game, I think it's pretty good at that one there. How much does Chicago before the start of the season? I think some people expect a little bit more for the DeBrincat, right? I think they was getting there. But I'll be honest with you guys. Chicago show up July 7 in the morning with zero draft pick first round. And they find a way to get 3 of them. So Whatsoever the brand cat, I think for me the brand cat it's not bad. What is missing for me is a body. I think they could ask a left defenseman, the Brandstorm,
Yeah.
the Dakar back, and they could have a little bit one more. That's the only thing I'm missing. But they got a 7, and they got a second round pick. They got a 2024. It's not bad. I like their pick. Their pick number 7, Kostinsky a little bit earlier, but I think it's great defenseman over there. Overall, they did pretty good. And they flat. They want to get out. Secondly, they rebuild. The different cat as a hockey player, they're going to missing 40 goals. But they cannot, when you rebuild, you don't want contract at $9 million, at $10 million, everything like that. And the next thing now, so why did not trade Kane and Taze? I'm telling you why. It's because they want the players step up and said, hey, we want to leave now. We want to quit. I'm telling you now, Chicago will not trade them until they knock the door, open the door, and say, hey, I want to get out here. Until then, I'm telling you right now, Chicago is not going to trade them. Allow. They want to be sure when they heard that news, that's going to get out both of them. Otherwise, Chicago will not going to trade them just to give them right away like that one over there. And they're looking for prospect. That's what he hear. And the Kirby Dak, it was already make the day before. The Wednesday already the trade.
Yeah.
And Montreal was negotiate to see how they can make that situation over there. So
Now, how much do you think the decision to draft Slafkovsky was based on the fact that they already had in the back of their mind this deal done with Doc, and they go, okay, well, we have our centerman. We're a little bit questionable about Wright's attitude or character, whatever you want to call it. So let's take Slafkovsky.
That's what I think too.
he was already on the radar for them. So they knew they want if they get a top 10, they were going to go with him. They believe this is their best defenseman they can get over there. They have any other player they want. They was just targeting Kordinsky from the beginning about this one over there. The agreement was Chicago was with Cody Dak until the morning. It was, hey, we're going to do that trade. If Islanders give us the 13, and we have to give Romanov, we're going to give you back the 13. We get Cody back with a trade behind that. But it was not until the trade with Islanders had to be made to complete the trade over there. And if you watch my video today, I don't know, did you watch my video?
Oh, yeah.
I talk about the three of the Philippe Dano. So one Montreal trade Del Weiss and Thomas Fleischmann 5 years ago, 6 years ago. They got Dano at a second round pick, 2018. That pick is Romanov.
Okay.
So Romanov, after that, it got trade for the 13th overall pick. And now the 13th overall pick, it become Gertie Dak. So if you think about this, since that, you have to go all the way what Montreal did with Thomas Fleischmann and Del Weiss. That two players gave you Philippe Dano for a couple of years. That gave you Romanov for 2-3 years. And now they give you a 21 years old Gertie Dak. So you never know when you make people say, oh, he's just a prospect or he's just a pick. Be careful because the pick can be viewed maybe in the next 7, 8, 10 years. That players we pick, it become one of you players on the roster can make another. So it's fun when you do all the three trade, what this player bring to you and what is bring all over there. If you follow the trade, Eric Lindros, guys, it take 2 pages.
Oh yeah,
for everybody like this. So really interesting when you look about this one over there. Let's move on. We have to try to catch up everything now. Quiz. With Cation, Keith, and probably Kane gone. Others have some space. They must go in after a goalie. Price with some returning by the Habs.
I don't think so.
I don't think Price
I
is
don't
going
think
to
they
play
go after Price. If anything, I'm hearing that a lot of teams right now are inquiring with a lot of interest for Jake Allen.
Yeah.
But I see Edmonton going in different directions, like maybe Campbell is possible. Now we know Husso's been signed to Detroit, which I think was a decent move by Detroit. I think it solidifies their goaltending. At least we hope it does. Yeah, I think Edmonton will definitely address goaltending
Oh,
and have Skinner as the backup.
The winner
yeah,
here right now is Campbell and Quimper. They are
yeah,
the only two
Yes.
goaltender right now. Goaltender number one for Toronto, for Edmonton, for Colorado, and I can go all the way like that. You have 12 teams looking for goaltender right now. So imagine that
exactly.
one. By the way, Brent Olby is out. There's no return next year in hockey.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Brendan Holby is going to
And
be.
I just wanted to make one more point there, Coach, on that previous topic we were talking about there on what's his name there, the guy there they just picked up, Doc.
Doc.
Basically, yeah, they were saying that when Gordon was in New York and he drafted Kako, he was actually tossed up between Doc and Kako. So they're really wondering if it was Gordon that wanted a redo and a shot at him. He's got seem to have a high regard for him.
Yeah. Again, it's a gambling for me, right? You can
Oh,
hear
yeah,
like
it is.
the only thing we know is a big size and he's a great hockey sense, right? And of course, he's a great skater. I've had that
Yeah.
for that size 6'4", everything like that. Why
But
did
he
not
hasn't
get
shown.
developed? We don't know about this. People say, "Oh, his work ethic is not good. He had no leadership." I completely put this out of my mind. First of all, he was the captain of the Team Canada in 2019. So if you said this kid was no leadership, why Team Canada put him team leadership, right? When you said his work ethic was not great, I don't think so. It's not about this. He been at 18 years old, pushed right away NHL. It's not always the best way to do this. Secondly, after that, he got a wrist surgery. That's
That
not
was
helping
huge.
him. And thirdly, right now with the situation with Chicago Blackhawks last year, he's not the only one did not perform over there.
Yeah,
Right.
the whole team.
It's
was
not an
just a
excuse.
mess.
And again, I will say to you guys, this is a gambling. We'll see what
Yes.
happens because people say, "Oh, why not to get Lekere Maki?" You don't know he's going to be at 13, how long it would take, and it's another chance. So they go with what they're thinking is the best for them. As a center, is a 21 years old, is a 6'4". He makes something what the Montreal does not have. And two pick, they got Tag and they got Stavkovsky, and it cost them Romanov in return. So
And they
the time
really-
will tell
they're
us
really-
about this.
They're really believing that it's the wrist that he was just slow coming back from. So they're really thinking that once he's close to over that hump, that he'll get his game back.
Um,
Well, we'll
for me,
see,
what
right,
he
then.
did for me, they make a lot of trust on their development coaches.
Big
They
time.
believe those
Yeah.
people will develop him the right way. So
Yeah.
Martin Saint Louis says he's going to work with him. Vincent Kelly says he's going to work with him, and then Adam Nicholas is going to work with him. So he's going to be developed. Montreal, every player with Montreal is going to be developed properly. How they going to become, we don't know, but we have to give them about this one, Ellen. About this. Let's move on. Next one. Coach, do you think Wright was looking at Montreal table and stage?
I'm surprised the Canadian table is left. My
The
word.
table was right there in the front of this one over there.
Laser.
And I don't know exactly at the end of the day, right?
Yes,
But
he
back
was. He
again
was,
to
Coach.
Andy Kuivula for his question for Carey Price. Andy, think about this. You don't know the help that Carey Price at the end of the day. If you want to go that direction, Andy, and this I'll just give you a name, is Sergei Proboski for Philadelphia Panthers.
Yep.
If you go that direction, $10 million, you get money back over there, and I don't know. And he's younger, healthier, is in good shape, and he can give you something back in return. If you want
right.
to compare both, I will go with Florida Panthers, sir. Coach,
agree.
I'm watching this. The Calgary, do you follow it? Not allowed, Kelly. I don't know. Is it a Calgary Stampede, like the race, or is it the football team?
Rodeo.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, it's the cows and the bull riding and all that jazz. It's pretty good.
No, no time
They
for
have one of
that.
those mechanical bulls at the Hooters, you know. You get out
Je vais
there.
raconter ce qui va passer. La police vient de venir. All right. Zev Segavisan. A question. I don't know. Yann, you called about the police. The police is Danny. Coach, do you think the back check from right was the problem not to be number one?
Part of it. Part of it.
It could be part of it, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, like we only see, clips of these players, and really, the clips that we see are usually them at their best. We don't have an opportunity to sit down with these players and actually ask them questions and probe into their character and their psyche and how they'd handle certain situations. We're not privy to that. They're the pros. The scouts are the pros. The general manager is a pro. They know what they're doing. They're equipped with a lot more information at the end of the day than we ever will be.
Yep.
We're going on speculation, what we see, what other people have written, that kind of stuff, and sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, and then I was really impressed because that's something in Montreal we haven't done very well with, was the interview process. These guys have really taken it a big time notch up in the way they're psychologically testing these guys. Really, I got to hand them tons of credit for the way they handled, from what I understand, the way they're questioned, the different interviews. They did a great job, from what I understand. They were really in depth.
Yeah, exactly about this one over there. That is a risk project. I believe he think another would be up to put max after him. Yeah, exactly that. We just talked about this, Zach, about this one over there. I don't know. Talk about maybe, I don't know. I think Danny needs to talk with Young
Report
Gianni.
suspicious activities and call 911 for immediate response. Expect delays, searches of personal property, and restricted access to public buildings. Expect traffic delays and restrictions. Take personal security precautions to avoid becoming a victim of an attack. Avoid crowded public areas and gatherings. Do not travel into areas affected by the attack or in a known area of elevated virus activity. Keep emergency supplies accessible and a full tank of gas at all times. Be prepared to evacuate your home or shelter on the order of local authorities. Be suspicious of persons that exhibit signs of infection. Report these individuals immediately to law enforcement. Closely monitor.
So Yann, you can connect with Danny. Danny is in charge about this. So the concierge and la musique, everything on that. And Zev can answer back with him also. So they have some problem with there. So we just want to mention we are on charge. The Hockey National Show have the personal, and we're going to send the SWAT team. And Danny is in charge. Roger is maybe not there tonight, but we're going to find a way. But that's happening. It's not just the Brent Cat. It sounds like things are going bad for them with Kate retiring. It sounds like they have to pay Edmonton +5 before Kate retiring early. Yeah, but this run, it was made by the staff before Kyle Davidson. And again, it's not an excuse for Chicago, guys. It's been dramatically bad since the situation happening last year with the Stan Bowman 2010, everything like that. So it's an accumulation run. And you're absolutely right. They have to pay now for 1 or 2 years more for that contract, everything there. So that's happened about this. Question, is this be a steal for the Ottawa Senator?
The draft?
No, I think he talked about the Brent Cat.
Oh,
I think it was great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they did wonderful.
Absolutely. I think that just solidified. You know what? The other day, remember when we were talking about if you had to put, and we mentioned about 4 or 5 teams to surpass either Boston or whomever for the playoff spot, and we said, okay, maybe the Islanders. I would now put Ottawa there. We had Buffalo there before, but I would definitely put Ottawa ahead of Buffalo now.
Yep.
I think if they can just work on the defense a little bit, get a couple good pieces there, that's all they really need. I think their front end, they're stacked. So
He was very
and half
upset.
decent goaltending, right?
He was very upset because Matt Murray refused to go to Buffalo. And the deal was Matt Murray to Buffalo, pick number 9, and Ottawa getting the pick number 16. And Matt Murray decided not go to, he refused to go to Buffalo. So expect Matt Murray to go somewhere else. He would not stay around the team at some point. That's maybe another goaltender can go in Toronto if the situation could happening over there, but that's happening. Great question for Luc Lafortune. I don't know if you want to answer. If not, I will. What about starting Slavkovsky with the Rockets at least 30 games just to see how tough he is?
From what I hear, they're going to see how he looks first and see where he fits in better. So that's what I hear is they're going to be when they decide.
I think that's the other benefit of picking Slavkovsky over Wright, because Slavkovsky can go down to Laval, whereas I think Wright would have had to return to the WHL one more year.
Yep.
So that's that. I mean, can you imagine Laval next year if Slavkovsky's there?
Laval without Slavkovsky is already one of the top best 5 team in NHL next year.
Right?
Yeah.
So, look, I will say to you, check. He start tomorrow. Monday they are on the ice, the development camp, and you're going to see his name is going to print everywhere, everything like that. But again, I think it's just they're not going to push him to be in the lineup. They don't really need him, but they're going to focus on how they can develop properly. The most important thing for them is to bring Mézard and Slavkovsky with Montreal. What will you get?
When you think about it, Montreal is in a great situation because whether he stays or whether he goes, it's a win-win situation, right? Like if he goes, that means we have a weaker team, right? And so next year's draft is a lot better. And if he stays, he's developing here. Nothing wrong with that.
Next question. Next question. What do we get for Allen?
Oh my gosh.
We don't want to trade him right now.
I know we don't, but if the offer is good enough, I think they might be tempted to deal him. But it has to be a really good offer.
Give us a first round in the 2023, but make it sure it's one of the weaker end teams.
Arizona.
Yeah. They got a great goalie, though.
Yeah.
Jake Allen for Krasov.
With the Rangers?
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that. I could actually see that.
But I could see a more desperate team. Like, obviously, if the Rangers do that deal, it's just to solidify their backup goaltender. But I could see a team that's really desperate because the supply is not there.
Edmonton's really big on
their starter and offering up a lot more than just Kraft.
It would be a mistake to start Jake Allen as a starter.
Yeah,
I agree,
and Edmonton's really, really big on him right now, from what I hear. Edmonton really wants him.
Yeah.
But Bill Jarvie in return.
No thanks.
21 years old, 6'3".
Well, I'll take McDavid. Wishful thinking, I know.
Deck is ready at 1 to remove. Right is a point. We got Circus too. Whoa. Rudolph, if Montreal have to get a second pick, the Devil will have picked Slavkovsky. Who would the have taken?
Well,
if the Devils had gone if Montreal had gotten the second pick.
you know what? I honestly wonder if they would have went Nemec as well.
Probably not. They probably would have gone either Wright or Cooley.
I don't
Maybe
know.
Cooley.
No, because they have Dak already.
Yeah, I think I would have went with Nemec as well, because we need a right defenseman, right? So to me,
I wouldn't
would've
be
went
surprised
Nemec.
they get Simon Nemec.
Well,
Yeah.
that
What I was saying.
yeah.
Now, the only thing we said maybe Cooley, but at 5'10", does not fit what they're looking for.
No, not at that level. No, I think they would have went Nemec. I really do.
If I would choice me, I would take Simon Lemay.
Same here.
Yeah,
I
of
agree.
course. I mean, you can never have too many solid defensemen at that kind of size and that kind of potential. So,
Can you imagine
and
our back end with that?
yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Ron with Kings said, do you think Kempe been signé for 4 years with the Kings was long enough, or they are still testing him out to see if he has a long-term players if he want to beat them?
I think the signing was good for Kempe and also for LA. I think it was mutually beneficial to both.
Yeah.
I think he definitely is in their future plans. I can't see them discarding him down the road because I mean he heads to the net very well. He crashes the boards. He digs up loose pucks. He offers a good physicality to the team, and that's where they're kind of lacking a little bit in.
Yeah. It's a
So I
win-win.
see him part of the long range plans for LA.
Yeah, it's 25, so you have 2 years is RFA. At 2 years, he gave to UFA. He was still about 29, 30 when he's going to become his next contract. So he still have negotiation if he scored 35 goals, everything like that. That remind us when we talked a couple of days ago about Mangiapane. Same number to go, 35, 35. And now Calgary to sign Mangiapane should pay about 5.5. I'm all the same age at the end of the day. So I think that's a good deal about this.
Yeah, I do.
I thought Wright had a great post-draft conference with Seattle. He spoke too quickly. He has a poor impact, but the content was really good. I wish him well. Yeah, Roger is a really smart,
Of course.
he's a really smart student at school, first of all, Roger. He's a really great demeanors. The kid is great. So, Roger, nothing against him allowed. He's going to be great over there. He's going to be fine. And nobody is negative about Shane Wright. He got picked where many teams thinking he should be picked at that area. And I'll be honest with you, if Buffalo is there, maybe Buffalo pick Shane Wright, I don't know. But at the end of the day, the kid is going to be good in Seattle and see he's going to become number 1 or number 2. The time will tell us in 5 years to reevaluate everything, honestly. Michael, he said, hopefully we'll see Michael tomorrow night. What do you think of Forsberg agreement to stay in Nashville?
It
We
made
knew that was
sense.
coming.
Yeah, it made sense. What was it? 8.5? He got?
Yes.
Yes, 8.5. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is reasonable. Like I thought he would probably fetch a little bit more on the free agency market, but it just shows that he wanted to be there, and the team gave him the offer. And I think what made him come down a bit was the longevity of the contract, the 8 years.
Yeah. I honestly thought he was going to go higher, like you want more, like be in the 9 range.
Now,
Numbers up there.
here's the point, guys. You have to, and again, I'm not said what negative, but the longevity of the contract sometimes help the number of the contract. So I give you,
Yes.
everybody was claiming upset about Letang 6 year, right? You're like,
Right.
oh, too many years, 6 years, going to be 41, 42 years old. Don't think that way. It's
Right.
the $36 million you have to think about this. $36 million at 4 years, it's $9 million. He will get it in NHL. That's the reason Pittsburgh get him 36, because they know they're going to lose him at somewhere with another team at 4 years at $9 million. So to get that number and helping the salary cap amount of the Pittsburgh, they said, all right, we're going to give you 6 years, but you're going to drop your salary at 6.1. So it's another way to negotiate your contract in NHL between an agent, the team, about the salary cap. So the total of the money is 68. So maybe another team would say, look, we're going to give you 10.5, but we're going to give you 6 years.
6
And
years, yeah.
it was scared to lose him that way. Now in Nashville, Forsberg get the free tax, everything like that, lower, everything like that. But sometimes it's not about the number of the year. It's what is the total of the contract and how other team can match this match at short or lower. And that's the reason he got 8 years over there.
What's his age now? What's Forsberg's
He's 28.
age? 28. Yeah, so this will take him to the end of his career.
That bring him at 36, I believe. I can verify again. Sometimes I get some stuff. I just think in my head.
I think you're right.
He turned 38. He's 27, turned 28.
Yeah.
So.
You know, they're got a great relationship. They just fit together really well.
And then I just want to mention the contract 4 years right now for Adrien Kemp at $22 million. That was confirmed about this one there. We talk about Letank. That's where he got 6 years, $6.1 million. We talk about the Brenkat, about this one over there. And then I want to mention to you, Duncan Kidd retired this weekend. Ron talked about this a bit earlier, but he's going to be missed in hockey. Maybe, guys, we said to you for the last 40 years, 50 years, maybe, I don't know, maybe one of the top 3 best players about physicality and shape. He had nothing better.
Great.
He owns many records at the combined NHL combined players. He just a monster about his be in shape, he be prepared about the body. So by the way, so is good.
He had a bit of everything. That was the great thing about him. He had it all.
I'm going to make a video every day tomorrow, starting from Montreal Canadiens with friend with pick they got right. But remember, like Vincent Rower, we talked about this earlier. The number 75 play OHL.
Yeah, yeah.
So if he does the mid station 30 minutes per day, every day.
Yeah.
So I just want to sharing this with you about this one over there because sometimes we ask this about this. We're going to go through this a little bit later tomorrow night about the UFA, everything like that. I'll make a video about this one over there. And we're going to go that one a little bit later for this one because we have a few questions about it. Et là, qui sont où les Rangers ici? Question: Will Anderson be traded on the 13?
I don't know. I really don't think. Unless the offer would have to be really good. That's all I can say. To have to knock their socks off. Because otherwise, I think they're quite content in keeping
Josh Anderson.
Yeah, I think they're content.
I don't see that, Pierre. They got a lot of phone call, and I think they really like him.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah,
I think they get something crazy, but I don't think so.
Right.
And they have good size on the wings now. You know, like.
Yep.
It's.
Corey said, I heard Matt Murray saved the Ottawa Senator. No, Corey. He did not save it. Neil Lundqvist and I bite. Neil Lundqvist, guy, is a player defenseman prospect for the New York Rangers. He got picked by them. It's another one stuck in the ladder of the New York Rangers. I think that's what he's talking. Question, Rick. Did you see my comment about Owen Beck? I don't know where do you talk about. I'm not in the chat, guys, so everything you talk in the chat right now, I don't see it. I don't follow what's going on. So you put in the chat, I don't see it. If you put on the videos, Rick, I'm pretty sure I answered to you if you did it before 7 o'clock tonight. So if you said a comment earlier, you have to tell me again, put a little cue so I will see it. If not, I still chatting with the people here. Where do you put Frankie, Mike Hoffman, and the Montreal lineup? Francois Pitt said. They're going to find a spot for him, Francois. Don't worry about him. Second line, third line, Francois right now. I don't see a lot of chance if you go that way. Anderson, Suzuki, Caulfield, Gallagher, Dadonov, Dvorak, Cody Dak, Hoffman, Drouin, Armia, Rand Pullen, Jake Evans, Mike Balbiron, and everything else. That's what I see right now about this. And Sarkozy is not there on that roster. I just give you name quickly for you. So I just want to give you that. Question for Joe. Anderson possible trade, don't want, but we are on the fast track rebuild. Philadelphia is the kind of club for him. What can we get out the Flyers for Josh?
Again, Montreal, from what I've heard with Hughes, and I've even heard it with Gordon, that they're really quite content in keeping Anderson. They like him. He's well liked. So unless that somebody gives him something outrageous, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think if there was trade Josh Anderson, I think they will do right now, like they will did before the NHL draft or during the NHL draft to get a first pick, round pick, everything like that. Now I don't see that. The second thing, I think if he will have to go at some point, it may be more at the trade deadline, Joe, next year. But I don't think so. That would be important for them because the team want him is going to be team in the playoff, and I don't think so. That's what they would be about that. I'll be honest with you. I don't see a lot of change. I don't see many change. Maybe Petrie if it's worth it. If not, they would keep him until the trade deadline.
Yeah.
I don't see them.
Trades are going to come.
I think Petrie will go.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I
week.
do think our trades will come at the trade deadline. The guys that we do want to unload. Yeah.
Coach, you see my comment about Beck, not much difference when you look at his stat, plus Beck is beast and the face-off circle. So what he said, Rick, he want to compare Owen Beck by Shane Wright. I can understand you because I really go deeper with Beck today. Beck, guys, is the best face-off and OHL about face-off, win a face-off. He was cover everybody. And he played for the team was not great, by the way. So he have a lot of ice time, everything like that. And he's really responsible on two ways. If you want to see what Owen Beck look like, it's another Philippe Danault 2.0 in NHL. He played the game right way. He played the game 200 play game, good on 3 zone. It's not perfect. I understand that part. You have a lot of work. The worst case, it can become a bottom 6 in NHL. It can become another Joe Cirelli in NHL. So that's what he is, Owen Beck in NHL. He could be at the first round, by the way. He was 33 at the end. Now, it's not Shane Wright. It's not a super elite player in NHL. But you need those kind of players. And I believe, for me, Beck and Slavkovsky is going to make it. Do not give up on Mézard. His speed is unbelievable. And Lane Hudson is another one you have to look about him because he can be someone very good in NHL. Again, time will tell us, honestly. Question for the panel. Do you guys think Primo has done enough in playoff to start with Montreal next year?
I wouldn't put him in next year.
The year after. Keep him a full season with Laval.
Really, I mean, he wasn't having a great year with Laval until the playoffs.
Yeah.
I still think he needs another year there.
Definitely agree with you about this one there. I will not put him back. Let him over there learn experience. His teams will be great next year, by the way. The Laval Rockets. So why not to keep him over there for one more year? And then after that, they can figure out if he's really wanted to go there. Question for Corey. So what do you think about the Ottawa? But Ottawa, honestly, they don't have any pick before 64. Corey. So they got Nalbert. I'm not impressed by the name they pick and the fact they have 72, 80, 87, 104. They have a lot of pick guys from the 4 to the 7. They have 7 pick. So you cannot get big name over there. They took Philip Nalbert, but wow, 64. I'm surprised. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. You can see the upside down, right? The player you expect to be top 60, they get 99, 100, and then the guy at 80, they get 40, 50. They was upside down both days because it was a situation with COVID-19, and surprisingly, team player you never thought they were going to get. For me, Corey, I thought it was about B- to C. That's it.
Yeah, I would say a C.
Vraiment, Yann, je peux pas lire les commentaires dans les commentaires. J'ai pas le temps de lire ça, malheureusement, Yann. Il y a d'autres personnes qui le font pour moi, donc je peux pas te dire qu'est-ce qui s'est passé. J'ai aucune idée. malheureusement. Which other is stay and who is like leaving? It's too early, Corey, to say that. The UFA is coming this week, Corey. They're still looking for Claude Giroux, and from there we'll see what's happening. Connor Brown could be another one, could leave at some point. They would try to slip Matt Murray and the defenseman Zezé for the contract problem. Buck said, I rate the Chicago get 1.9 sorry cap penalty for Duncan Kate. How much the others get it with 0? Mr. Michael. It was an agreement like Shane Weber about this one there. I can look again for you. I think, I don't know if they did it or not.
But the key thing is they saved it off of
the Chicago Blackhawks guys, $5.5 million this year. And after that, $1.9 million, Michael, 23-24. That's what he got. Chicago is not matter because the salary cap is so low. That's nothing at the end of the day. Anything you want to add?
No, that's right.
You hit that very well.
It opens up a lot of areas that they can address right away. That money that they're saving on him. So it was a good move
For Edmonton.
for Edmonton. Yeah.
And for Ottawa, I never got around at that. I honestly think in the draft it was a C. And the reason I say that is because the trade is where they succeeded. The trade was the big thing they did. I don't think they did outstanding in the draft.
Well, it's because they take off the 7th round overall.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Alonen is falling back. That's the problem with him, right? He's 23 years old. He have one more year to prove something. If not, Montreal would try to get him somewhere else. I would not be surprised about this look. But again, they still have. I don't think so they would give up yet. But it's maybe 1 year before something could happen to him. Who can maybe put him on the package deal at some point if they have to. I still like his play, by the way. Mr. Dan, what do you think of Rick Bowness as a coach?
We've hit this a lot. We're not happy. We love Rick Bowness, but we think his time is up. And that's where we stand. I don't think he's a great pick for the Jets.
Yeah, it's not a good match there with the Jets, I'm afraid. But I still firmly believe he's just a placeholder for a year until they can get Trotz next year.
That makes sense.
Would be interesting to see Winnipeg. There was not a transition at all. I can't wait what he's going to do at UFA. I thought he would maybe make some impact, maybe Sheffley, Wheeler, and they not trade anybody at the NHL draft. So it would be interesting how they're going to go there. Bonus, Dan is a 2 years contract, I believe, and that's it. And then go from there.
They drafted well, though. They drafted
Very
well.
well.
I like the players that they picked up, like in McGroarty and Lambert. They got a couple of good kids there.
Yeah.
Dan, so why would you trade Romanov?
Well, you wanted some size and you wanted to fix the center. So to get a good centerman, and like I say, yes, it's a bit of a gamble. We're hoping that the projection, he'll get back to that with a little bit of help. But in order to get something that valuable to fix that and plug that hole, because they're so hard to come by, good centermen, you've got to give up something half decent. So I think we did the right thing because we have guys that are 1 and 2s coming up. And to me, Romy's good, but he's going to be a 3 or 4. That's where he's at.
You're never going to see a much like there might be a little bit more room for him to grow, but it's not going to be much more. At best, he's a number 3 defenseman. At worst, he's probably a number 4. His speed is good, but not great for a defenseman. His hitting is solid, but he's not on the power play. And you have to give something up to get something good in return.
Yeah, I think I have 2 things over there. Is like the salary cap play also with the RFA for Romanov. He was going to get $3.54 million. I know it's not the biggest reason about this one over there. Again, they have to find a spot for 2 players, Cooley, Harris, and other left defensemen they have, Shenneman, everything like that. So with those kind of players, the salary cap drop a little bit more. That gave them a little bit more flexibility about the salary cap, holding Petrie, Anderson, everybody like that. Hoffman, I can go all the way. Then the thirdly, I would say, they know the potential of Romanov is right there. They have no overstep after that. So when I'm talking about this, it will never going to be an offensive player score 10 goals per year or 8 goals per year. He's limited on his offensive oriented. He's not a power play, but he is a great second pairing defenseman in NHL.
Yeah.
He can hit and he brings some kind of the
Yeah.
play. But again, at the end, if you want to get Gordy back, Dak, and fix their center at 6.4, and they think he can be great, you have to pay someone cost. They will never trade Caulfield Suzuki at that moment. Byron is another one, and Cooley is another one. And I thought the only way they can go is Romanov. Otherwise, they don't have a lot of asset Montreal can do to give back someone. That's only one really they have. So that's the reason it really not happening.
Yeah.
Here we go. How about the speech by Martin the other night? He put other coach to shame.
What can you say? This guy is a class act. And the more I see him, and again, he also goes with the management as well. But Martin's just such a joy to watch. I don't know. He just picks you right up out of your seat. He makes you just want to, woohoo! You know, I love that guy.
Yeah, I agree.
He eat the same kind of chip I like, so I feel like he's like me. So he's like he finishes bag the chip like me. Secondly, we said to you, it was his first time he was at the NHL draft. Honestly, he never been drafted, so he feel good to be on the stage. He said
That
that's
was a good joke.
great
was
to see
a good
that.
joke.
And but otherwise, he is. Some
Motivational.
people are born to get that kind, and that's the way Slavkovsky is. The charisma he has, Slavkovsky around him, they really sold on the management for the Montreal Canadiens.
And now his
What
best
line
friend's on the
DeBrincat would be on, Curry have no clue. What line? I don't know.
And you know what I liked, Coach, was when you just mentioned Slabowski, was his response. He said, I know the fans don't like me now, but I'm going to earn their respect.
Yeah, but I don't think so. He said the fans don't like him.
No,
Oh, yeah, he did.
at first,
Yeah.
but as soon as they drafted him afterwards, they were all.
Yeah,
no.
it's not like the fact like I don't think so. He was mean when he said the fan does not like him about
It
this.
could have
Right?
been the language. That was the only word you could think of, right?
He was not the favorite. Most of the people thought he's going to be shining right, everything like that. So he had more disappointment. But when he walked back in the crowd, everybody was cheering for him, everything like that. So
Yeah.
that's
Turned
what
around.
Montreal is. The passion Montreal, that's who they are, everything like that. They ask the NHL thinking to make more permanently the NHL draft in Montreal, by the way, so it'd be interesting to see that. Or they maybe go to a neutral site like Walt Disney or somewhere where the players going to be, but the team are at the location and they're going to make a super mega party inside the building. Example, they would be in Colorado, the team, Toronto at home, Edmonton at home. They put everything on the table in the middle of the ice. Yeah, 25 people, 20,000 people around, and so when you think about marketing and money wise, something like that, that's the smartest thing. They never think about this. They would be sold out everywhere.
Why not
And
profit off of
if you
that?
think
Yeah,
about this,
exactly.
20,000 people, every building, 30 teams, about almost like 600,000 people watching live the show about this one. And all the parents right now, they are Walt Disney or whatever it is. So that's another idea he was talking about this to be that way.
That's Roger's message, yeah.
Franco Iacono, welcome, Mr. Franco. We miss you, by the way. With new players moving up, what happened with Poland?
It's a very good question. I think Martin St. Louis still likes him and he wants to work with him.
Yep.
So he will if he's I doubt he'll put him at center because it looks like we're okay now at center. But he'll definitely be on the wing. probably on the fourth line.
I still believe he's stays center.
You think so? Over Evans?
6'2",
Yeah, I do.
responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Evans has been doing a good job there. I don't know. Where would you put
You
Evans?
just got to worry about how long is it going to be before Evans gets one more
My
concussion.
point behind that is they will keep him.
Yeah. Though I don't think he goes down.
Nicholas said Beck or Casper?
That's a good
Well,
question.
Casper is going to be awesome. Yes, I think they're
Casper-
both going to be awesome.
Casper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ahead. He's by far ahead. And there's no doubt.
6'1". Great,
Yeah.
great.
His
I would
upside-
take him right now.
Yeah, but I do like that. Good pick for
Question
us.
for Enotab. Did you watch Tony with McGrath? This was gold to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that interview. It was very good.
Detroit draft still.
Yeah, I like what Detroit's doing. I really
The
do.
draft?
Yeah.
Troy, yeah, I'd say they were about a B. Their draft.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know, they got Casper, obviously.
that's awesome though.
You know, that's the great pickup. You know, great puck handling, speed. You know, like the kid's powerful with his shot. Is
Now, Dale and
He
Jim,
definitely
I'm
can't go wrong.
surprised, to be honest with you. Dale and Jim. I love the Bulchenikov. This pick could be a great pick for them because I think Bulchenikov could be an early second-round pick about him. He's a great skater. He's a great hockey player. The rest, after that, you never know. When you hit the four round, fifth round, sixth, seventh round, you never know what they can become. But for me, the two players I love from them, I don't know too much about the Dallin James anyway, but I think I never see his name, before 50, nowhere. Now, like I said, this draft, guys, is upside down, so you never know what could happen, right? But Pinchenikov, guys, is a great pick at 52 for them. And Marco Kasper, guys, that's my wild
I love
card.
that pick.
That's my.
I love
I
that.
knew if he was available, it would never go through 8.
Yeah.
And that's happening to them.
I know it was wishful thinking. I knew he would never drop to 26, but it was wishful thinking. I was like, could he fall on our lap? You know.
What do you think about the Angelo contract, $5 million AAV?
He played well this year. He played well, and I think he's gonna help.
I'm
Philly
trying
a
to
lot.
refresh my memory on the workings of that. He was still an RFA, right?
Yes.
So, what were the details again? It wasn't just the $5 million. There was, there were other details on that.
What do you mean?
They're gonna have to give up. They're gonna have to give up something for that.
The contract is only $5 million for 2 years. Now you talk about the trade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they gave a prospect in return, a draft pick.
No, I thought it was more than that. I have to look it up to see, but
The trade.
I remember, yeah, because he's an RFA.
Yeah, he got a copy. He got the rights.
So it's just that they purchased the rights to deal with him, and then they came up with the contract, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so many trade. You never know how much. All right. So here's what
Keep it up
happened.
with him.
So they gave Carolina. They got 4-round pick for 2022. All right, it was a 101. They got a 3rd-round pick 2023. They got a 2nd-round pick 2024. You have a condition with that. It's no big deal. And they got the 2nd-round pick, 7th round. The 7th round pick, Carolina 220. 2022 and got the Tony D'Angelo right. So it's 3 pick versus a pick and D'Angelo.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a good haul.
I think for me it's a good money. Is D'Angelo $5 million? He played the level he played last year. The Philadelphia it was trying to solidify the right defenseman. They was thinking to get Jeff Petrie. Now they get a younger man, 24 years old, and he's going to be in case Ron Ellis is not there. If Ellis is there, they have Ellis, they have Ritterstellen, and they have now D'Angelo plus Pronerov over there. So I think that's pretty good over there.
Yeah, it's just defensively, he's not great defensively. That's my only concern.
Pierre-Martin said, Sarkozy would play in Laval. Can you imagine the impact of his teammates? Coach, you thought about this. But, he remind me a little bit what Caulfield did a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, when he came back from Wisconsin, everything like that. To get a big winger, 6'4", that were helping them for sure. But they already stacked over there. So now the Joshua Roy, the Mizak, the Simoneau, 3 players they don't have as the prospect in Montreal they got right now. Now they could possibly get Slavkovsky over there. That's 4. Then you talk about Raleigh Kidney over there. That's 5 over there. Now I'm not talking about the defenseman, the Arbor Ed Jack over there. The Caden Coley could be one, could be back over there. Who knows? You have Schoenemann or Norlander or Jordan Harris going to be one of the 3 right there. They can back down Laval. And that team is getting better. We don't talk about Harvey Pinard already and Elonin over there. And so that team is getting better and better about this. Matt Murray at Toronto Maple Leafs, is that still on the air? Yes, it is. When we see Boudreau and Roy coach together, not going to happen for sure. If you were an NHL GM, what spot do you have to take future superstar Joakim Kemel? When you talk about spot, are you talking about position?
Overall, yeah. In the draft, he was.
He was 15, I believe, by Vancouver.
17th.
No,
17th by
17
Nashville.
by Nashville, right?
Yeah, I think that's about right. I mean, he could have gone a little bit higher, maybe a couple spots, but
Honestly, he was supposed to be higher. It was like almost 12 and lower, about higher that one over there. Again, that selection over there in our top, it became a selection of the big guy over there. Kiki was supposed to be 15, 17, where Kemel was. He got dropped at 11, and that surprised everything. If you think about the top,
yeah.
If you think about the top 13, right? Like example,
Yeah.
Kemel should be 14 for the Winnipeg Jet, in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree.
And Licky
That's what
Malky
I
should
had.
be at the top a little bit. So Kiki changed everything with Roger over there. But again, a 17 is not bad. But I think Vancouver and Nashville, 2 picks you go to remember, because they are 2 solid hockey players. And the size was maybe something that was a bit worried about this. We'll see how they're going to develop. But that's pretty much for that. If that's what he's thinking about this, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I had him, from what I had here, around 15th, so it's not too much of a drop.
Rick said, Owen Beck statistically is not too far off right. Beck destroyed right on circle, goal, differential, minimal. I think Beck was the right choice. Not exactly Owen Beck, Rick, about statistically. Right, I have 94 points and 51 points or 58 for Owen Beck. I think he's 51 and 68. But still, statistically, Rick, right is an advantage over him. On the overall game, the well-grown game, Beck is better in my eyes. But the talents of Shane Wright overall is better to Owen Beck. Owen Beck, if you put him on that pick over there, is better to Schaefer. Is over for me. I would take him before Lamoureux. I would take him about Bisted. Renzel, he go earlier too much on my disc over there, and the rest.
Who?
Bichel is under 118 because he's 6'6" over there. But
Yeah, yeah.
Beck, for me, I would not be surprised he would be between 28 to 32.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
It was a good pick.
What chip you like,
level.
Coach? Honestly, Yan, we don't have chip like this here anymore. But I was a big fan of the ketchup chip in Montreal. But we don't have ketchup chip here. So Yan, when I come to
salt and
Montreal,
vinegar.
I hit chip a lot. I hit ketchup chip. I hit a lot at Saint-Hubert Barbecue. We don't have those kind of chicken or barbecue restaurant. When I go there, we don't have Joe Louis, so I take some cake like Joe Louis, and then I get some poutine because we don't have those kind of poutine. And when I'm coming back home, I bring some sauce from barbecue, Saint-Hubert Barbecue, in my luggage, and I back two box of the Joe Louis, and I fill Quebec and Montreal and Florida, and then that's it. But we'll see in Thailand. Maybe they have some Joe Louis in Thailand. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, sure.
We said anything about this.
Fish heads. There you go.
Francois, where will Philippe Mézard play next year? Will he come to America?
I think they're going to let him stay over in Finland, from what I heard.
You know that?
I'm not sure.
All right.
I'm
No.
not sure if they're...
No. Francois, Montreal will try to bring him back in North America. They're right out by the Kitchener Rangers. So they want him to play here and not play back in Europe because he wants them to learning the American hockey, the Canada way, or the more North America. So they will like him to stay here, and the Kitchener have this right now. Can he be traded? Possible. He cannot play in America. If he got the rights to come back, he cannot have the rights to play in Laval Rockets. So, and I don't think so. He's ready anyway. So expect him to be an OHL.
With Kitchener. Yeah.
Francois, Cole, do you prefer Howard or Mézard? Here's the point, Francois. It's always difficult to compare an European players versus an American or a Canadian. But I would say to you, they are more similar, but Mézard is better gift with speed. Skating is unbelievable. Howard is more like a forechecker guy, and is also a great offensive oriented, and it's a good compare. I like the way you said that over there. And I think both are 5'10". I don't have the note. I don't know in our top you have it. But I really believe they are 5'10", both of them. I don't see a word big guys. So otherwise, Francois, it's all about your preference as the team. They really like the Mézard story, but Howard could be almost the same way about it. I thought at some point they would get Howard or Coolish what they get at 26. I don't know. You have it or not?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
All right. When you see another player embarrass other player like that Chuck did in the league again, and no, McDavid is not that player now. He has that Chuck type skills. When we will see another player embarrass other player like that Chuck did in the league, and no, McDavid did not that players, not that he has. Ron, I will be disagree with you. McDavid did it. He did it a couple of times with his speed. That's what he was doing with his skill of his hands. So that's a two different kind of player. That Chuck was more about stick and glean. The Patrick Kane between that and puck protection. That's what he is. On the flip side, McDavid, he will put a defenseman like a yellow cone. You see 2 goals last year, one for the New York Rangers, I can remember. And he go through the square, the 4 players like nothing. He did another goal a month after that. That's friend I would say to you. And that's only I can tell you. I don't know if you have something else in Drew or in
he showed a lot of that against Calgary as well. So, McDavid definitely, I have to agree with Coach.
Yeah, Coach Howard and Massar, they're almost mirror images. They're both 5'10",
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
175.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Wright was big in problem. He was talking about how good his two play was, and then the playoff was 11 point, 12 game, but still minus 25. I think for me, a lot of people he's a 200 play. He played deep zone, everything like that. That's true. He was really careful about helping the defenseman deep in the zone, everything like that. The minus 25, it's a junior, and if you take about Vincent Rover play for I cannot remember, they are so bad, the 67 Ottawa. He was the best player over there. He played almost 19 minutes per game. That. But for me, it's okay, how you going to evaluate right? And it's what sometimes is lack of consistency to push. That's one thing I can say about this. Everybody have some kind of the problem, like under construction, I call it. It could be the hands, the skating, the intensity, everything like that. But I think for me, two things. The personality of Sarkowski to try to make its friends. I want it, bring it. When you go to finals, Stanley Cup or NBA or the NBA or baseball, any sport, you want the ball. Hit the ball to my direction, I'm going to catch it. Football, send me the ball, quarterback, I'm going to run to the touchdown. And NBA, give me the ball, I'm going to go to 3-point at the end of the game. That's the kind of Sarkowski likes to be. As friend maker, he want to get it, I will show to you. So it's called the kind of resilient player they are. And that's what is charisma to bring the people around him. That's what Sarkowski is from what they hear, what they said about him. And that's not only that area, but that's the one thing they likes about him. I think his confidence, it was, I am the best one, but he didn't prove it yet he was the best one. That's for me, I can see for what we hear from other team around him. That's the only thing I would say. It's called confidence for him, but he's not prove it he was the best one overall. Likirimaki or Joaquin Kemel?
Oh, I like Luka Mackie.
It's a little bit two different players, Eternal. One is really, he can score from any angle. But Likirimaki is really one can control the puck. He can stick angling very well. Now, so Kemel cannot. But Kemel can put the puck in any corner if you want to. That's Kemel is. I don't know. Enough that you want to say something else?
Yeah, I like Likirimaki as well. I think he's got more consistency to him, and good size. I don't see anything wrong in the order that they were drafted there. No. It's about right. They're close. They're close.
He's just got a little bit more to his game.
Yep. Blackhawk said, will Nazar be like the Brincat in the future? Because experts said he would be like the Brincat.
He's a gamble. We don't know yet.
I don't think so. I don't see Nazar like the Brincat. First, Nazar is a little bit bigger. All right, he's not oriented only scoring goal. Blackhawks. The Brincat, everywhere he been, is always the guy score goal. Nazar is not only that way. I don't have anything in my head I can give you compared to Nazar right now, but to see the Brincat, I don't see that Blackhawks. But he's going to be a great hockey player for sure. D'Angelo is awesome. Return on that. Do you think Dalbat leave the Wild? Do you do the resign of Fleury?
Fleury signed with the Wild, right?
Yeah. So the story is this part. They announced they signed Fleury for 2 years, and then the agent at Calba was upset, or Talbot was upset about this one over there, and he wants to see him. Guerin said, look, you have a contract with us. I don't care what you're thinking. I don't care what he's thinking. He can go nowhere anyway. So that's good. Bill Guerin is, right? But I think I think something could happen at some point. I think they can get something big with Cam Talbot. If I was the winning Minnesota Wild, I would sit very well, and I think they can get a first round pick, a solid prospect in return for Cam Talbot, because the demand of goaltender is looking. So I think that would be something can do. I love what Bill Guerin does for Minnesota Wild. That thing guy is always slip under.
Yeah.
Under the radar, yeah.
And if you look their farm team, every position have great players. Everyone.
Yep.
They have Wallstad over there. The defenseman is solid. Now they got the guy from the Los Angeles Kings, Browser, Brock, whatever his last name, Faber,
Yes,
right? Faber.
Yeah.
And then after that, they have Ruzi over there. They have Johnson over there. It's really nobody talk a lot about Bill Guerin. He does always something. Look what he did the trade for Kevin Fiala. He got 19 now. He got 2 solid players. You have 19, 24. He's always rebuilding, and he managed with this with a salary cap. Minnesota is going to be another good year with that team over there. So I like.
He did very well in the draft too, in my opinion.
I just don't see them getting rid of Talbot though. I think there's the reason why they got Fleury in the first place, and they have a solid 1-2 punch there. They can split the games, and then you go with a hot hand in the playoffs.
I agree.
I can't see, because it would necessitate bringing back not just assets, but one of those assets would have to be a solid backup for them. And there's not that many out there.
Well, if that boy's no report. If that boy decides don't go.
Well, he's under contract. I know.
Only at $3.5 million. And he knows now he's going to be backup number 2.
Not necessarily. You see, that's where I think that he makes the mistake, the agent, because, I mean, if he just goes there and he does his job and he does it better than Fleury, and that possibility is there. Like, sometimes we keep putting too much credence to Fleury. Talbot had a great year last year. He had better numbers than Fleury did.
Yeah, but the fact they did what they did to him, Talbot, that's why he's upset.
Well, yeah.
So that's the reason. That's the reason why they are complaining right now.
I still can see them splitting games. Going.
Oh, I don't see this. I think it would be 40-40.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
That's my point.
And
you keep your goaltender fresh for the playoffs.
Oh yeah. Do you think Toronto will sign a deal with Campbell, or do you think the Oilers would use 5.5 to sign Campbell since Smith is banked up?
Yeah, I could see him definitely going to Edmonton. At this point, I don't see it with Toronto. As a matter of fact, I'd go get Kemper if I were the Leafs.
They might as well, because it's looking like they are going to lose Campbell. So if you're going to lose him, you might as well go after Kemper.
Like if Campbell's not coming down in price, and Kemper's looking for what, you could probably get him. You can probably get him for 5.5 to 6.
Yep.
But
ask yourself, who would you rather have in net, Kemper or Campbell?
I still think they should attempt to get Campbell first. Attempt it. At least try.
But he's got to come down in price. He's not.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to come together.
He's not going to command the same price that Kemper is. He's got to be at least $500,000 less.
But at the same token, he might be thinking he knows how strong.
But
that
again,
Toronto team
it's
is.
always back to the same thing. It's how much Campbell won? 20 million, 25, or 30 millions?
Yeah. But again, do you want to win too? So
then, Kemper, do you want 20, 25, or 30 millions? And then after that, they go to readjust. So Campbell, it's not about he wants $6 million. It's the longevity of the contract with the money they get is cut up equal. Because at the end of the day, he won $25 million. Toronto said, all right, why not sign him 5 and 5? That's called 25. Or he said, I want 25, but we cannot pay you $6 million at 4 years. We lose $6 million and we lose $1 million. Now you're going to go with the drivers and bunny, whatever they're going to be. So at the end of the day, it's risky, but it's just about the number is the big difference.
I do think that Dubas messed up. He should have done something sooner. I think he kicked the
But
tires big time.
everybody's getting nervous now because now Fleury's got signed, Husso got signed. They was not expect those kind. Marechek is out. Marechek is out. So the best of the best, they don't have a lot this year. It was Husso, Fleury, Campbell, and Quimper. Yeah, two goalie right now for how many team looking for goaltender?
Yeah.
Quite a few. Yeah.
Varlamov don't go nowhere.
There's-
So you
yeah,
don't have
they
a
should-
lot anymore. Seattle don't have anything.
Should've acted.
Old B's
They should
retired.
have acted sooner. They should have acted sooner.
That would be back to them. That would be back to them at some point. One of the two
I
teams
think
have
they're
going
both-
something.
I think when you look at the long termness, like not just the average per year that they're going to make, they're going to be very similar, Campbell and Kumper. So under those circumstances, I would rather take Kumper, who's at least has the title. I'm a Stanley Cup winner, winning goalie. He has some pedigree, like he's done this before. Campbell, we haven't seen this, right? He hasn't played a full season, really, when you sit down and think about it. And his numbers, they shy away from what a team like Toronto deserves.
Between both, you go with Comper.
Right.
But the risk is still there. They are two elite goaltender or not super elite goaltender.
Yeah.
That's the for this, I cannot spend more at $25 million. I cannot. And Toronto can barely go at 20 million.
I think
Edmonton can do
plan-
now.
Yeah.
Going back to my last comment about Wright and Beck, we must remember Kingston scored 65 more goals. Kamisiska and Welbeck was a good playing second line center. Yeah. Rick, it's not said statistically Wright is better because I can say to you back again, Rick, Kingston play a defensive system more at Mississauga. You know what I mean? Like you can go that way, it will be back and forth. Overall, Shane Wright is better as a offensive side at Owen Beck. The game 200, Beck is a better player, I believe. More forward checker, back checker, responsible. That's be me my best win on the 3 zone for Owen Beck versus Shane Wright about this one over there. But I can understand your point of view when you said that. And sometimes, okay, do I play first line, second line? Beck was take all the face off or 3 zone for the team when they needed. He was checking the best player to open the team every time. Was not the case with Shane Wright. And I can go all the way. You have to study and watching all the game and to look what they look like every time. That again, on my eyes, Owen Beck is the first one pick. So Montreal could have possible 3 players they select right there can play one day in the NHL. How many games in return, we don't know how they're going to develop, but it's a great, solid pick. Rick, we all agree together. Joe said, we are aware Quebec has got plan B if does not want you want to be a doctor. Yes, Joe.
Yeah.
Every
that's
player they select, guys, most of them are really good students at school.
IQs. Yeah.
IQ abundance. Q for the panel, do you think the league is lacking number 1 goalies?
Well, that
Right
was
now,
my
yeah.
point earlier
Right
on
now.
about the draft. Like, really, there were only about four solid goaltenders in this year's draft. Something has to be addressed with goaltenders because, especially in North America, and I would go even further and say specifically in Canada, because we're not developing goalies at the rate we used to, and at some point it's going to catch up to teams, and we're starting to see that right now.
Yeah, I agree. We have played big time.
I'm not agreeing on this. Carey Price?
Yeah, but that's how long ago.
That's one. And when was he drafted?
No.
I
But
mean,
you
how
talk
long
about
ago was
goaltender
that?
number 1. Carey Price is goaltender number 1. For me, he's an elite, super elite goaltender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But who are they
look at
producing?
today.
Right.
You go to Calgary.
Who
Max
are your top?
Max
Who are your
Strom.
top?
Max
who are your
Strom,
top
he's
5
an
goalies?
elite goaltender.
But who are your
He's not
top 5
able.
goaltenders today?
Yeah.
But we have a lot. Carter Hart,
But Carter Hart has not
Wallstead,
established that yet.
Kosa.
Carter Hart has a lot of potential, but he hasn't established that yet.
Well, yeah, but
The fact that he's considered the number 3 goalie on Team Canada, should they take him, speaks to how weak our.
But that's a
goaltending
great
situation
super
in Canada
elite
is.
goaltender.
No,
His question is, do you think the league is lacking number 1 goalies? Every goalie, and Islanders, you have Varlamov, is Zokarin. Is a great goaltender over there. Demko in Vancouver is a great goaltender over there. If you go to Los Angeles, Jonathan Quick and Peterson, that's solid. Dallas, Joel and Huntinger is a great. Florida, Bobrovsky is Spencer Knight. That's a goaltender. John Gibson, Anaheim is good goaltender. Nashville, Zaros is a good goaltender. Rangers have Chostakin is a great goaltender. If you look about everywhere, you're going to find out you have a lot of good goaltender in NHL. And then we don't get all the prospects you have around them. Now, if you talk about the super elite, and that's normal. That's normal. The time before that, not everybody have a great super elite goaltender. One Patrick Roy, and after that, Patrick Roy and Martin Brodeur was dominate. It was a league at 5, 6 super. It's just a normal. It is. Now, if you talk about the league
Canada,
or the players in Canada and not America, yes, it is.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the point here.
We're talking about.
But overall, the Russia bring goaltender, Finland bring goaltender, Sweden bring goaltender. I don't know if you talk only North America. I can understand your point of view about
I'm
this.
talking specifically about Canada.
Canada, especially.
That's what I'm referring to, because we used to be the leaders in terms of the goalie produced in the NHL.
Oh, I'm absolutely agree with you.
And now it's gone the other way around.
Yeah.
Europe has got most of them coming, So to me, that's where they're coming from. North America's just not producing enough. And Canada's even worse out of the two between us and the States. The States at least are producing some,
I was surprised they pick a lot of goaltender earlier this draft pick.
Yeah,
but look at the teams that took them. They're teams that need somebody. Like, even if you look at Montreal, coach, okay, let's assume, okay, even if Price has another year, maximum 2 in him, what's behind them? You got Caden Primo, and he's not yet anywhere near starting goaltending material. And then you really have to reach to find a starting goaltender.
Or you have Colbase, you have Torbes, and the show.
I just like to see them eventually.
But again, you don't have anywhere. But again, guys, you don't have a lot of goaltender. If you go all around the league,
you're right.
Dominate like Kosa, Wallstad, or Riapisov. If you look about the last 3 years or 4 years in NHL draft, the first 2-round pick, and look how many goaltender. I think on my hands, I can find 5 goalie.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, without a
doubt. That's the problem.
I mean, when Carey Price was taken, he was taken what, 5th overall?
Yeah.
5th overall, and like I say, I get a little nervous because we keep picking goaltenders like 6th and 7th round. Like, why can't we get one a little earlier in the draft?
We didn't take one this year. I think they need.
Yeah, we took one
to replenish.
What?
Croteau.
Yeah, 6th or 7th was that?
Hermet Croteau.
Yeah.
He worked at McDonald's the night.
Very late.
Because he's busy at the night he worked at McDonald's at the cashier. He need money the night. So,
you got that right.
I don't know. Coach, do you think the league will trade Kerfoot, Sandin, Muslin, Utah? They will trade something. I don't know who. They have to do something over there. I still believe, like I said 1 month ago, all defense Toronto, they have to trade Nylander for the right defenseman or a goalie.
Yeah.
And one thing we don't talk earlier, guys, Washington trade Vanecek for the goaltender this weekend.
Yeah, I know. That was shocking to me.
For New Jersey.
Yeah.
I don't think so, Jose. They will trade Sandin. Marsden, I think they want to deliver some money there out for sure. I think Kerfoot is still alive. They look like they don't resign Case. They don't going to offer him a contract. Same thing with Mason Marshman for Florida Panthers.
That would be a mistake for Florida for sure.
So
I don't know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, no money.
I'm confused.
Yeah, but they're more than likely going to lose Giroux. They're more than likely going to lose Sherratt.
yeah, but they have no money without them. That's a problem.
I think they would have done things differently had of Quinville
Guys,
still been in
they have
with them.
$700,000 and they have to sign 4 players.
Yeah. It's not a good situation. Send Huberdeau to Montreal.
You know what I mean?
There you-
They have no money there. That's why they tried to get Bobrovsky out.
Yeah, and that might be a possibility because at some point you have to put
They
your
said
faith
guys
in
to
you.
pay $6 million dead money.
Yeah, I mean you got to put faith in Spencer Knight, and maybe you
That's the torque.
take back 40 to 50% of Bobrovsky's deal, and you send him
Send him
somewhere.
there.
And if you're gonna
Send him
do
there.
it, this is the proper summer to do it because there's a need for goaltenders out there.
Yep. Someone would do it if they paid half of his salary.
The goalie protection is the key having NHL goalie. Goalie protection is the key to having NHL goalie.
Goalie protection, yeah. Without a good defense, even a solid goaltender has trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, he can keep you into a game for a certain period of time, but you need your defense. Solid core that prevents rebounds, is able to clear the puck in front of the net, take the body out in front of the net. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not easy to find the right one. Like nobody, I don't know. Did Evelyn get out? I don't think so.
Who?
The Sweden goalie, 5'10".
No, I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't hear his name.
Question: Adam, where Vegas draft? I don't know what you mean by this.
I don't know. Adam Weeb?
You talk about the players, like they draft him.
Were you talking about the
Oh, the defenseman. Oh yeah, is a 2009. He was drafted 2009, guys. Abraham Webb,
Okay.
a defenseman over there. He's the only defenseman Colorado took. Vegas took. Vegas guy don't have a good pick selection.
No, I didn't see much there either.
He never
Vegas,
played in
yeah.
junior. He played on BCHL for Chilliwack.
They were like a C minus in my.
He's a 6'3" defenseman.
Yeah.
And he's going to be North Dakota. So usually North Dakota, but he's going to be there only in 2 years. So I don't know about this.
Well, their first two picks were centermen, I believe. So
yeah,
they
they
had to
focus on the
address-
forward goaltender.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, 48 guys, Matthias Sapuvali. If they want a defenseman guy, at that moment, they have Tristan Luneau and Noah Warren was available for them at 48.
Exactly. That's what I don't understand.
David Goyette was available for them at that moment over there. So, I don't know. And then Jordan Gustafson at 79. I don't know. Whitehead, goaltender, 128. They let go Tyler Bretton. I think get out after that. But again, I think overall that Vegas was difficult because you have no first round pick at the end of the day. It's another year where they cannot rebuild. Sabouvaliev, it could be a good player, but 48 is maybe a bottom 6. At least he becomes someone better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. If you have something else, Anthony use quick works. People want Detroit to fail for the quarter of century. Do you guys agree with this comparison of Yuri Zalkovsky? I don't know. For Yuri Zalkovsky, I see a lot of evaluations of how he played the game today. Is it talking about Zalkovsky like autocorrect now?
Yeah, I think so. I'd be very weary right now to make any kind of comparisons with anybody. Let's let the kid be who he is, and then down the road we can make.
Honestly, he's not Fedorov. I can tell you that over there.
Well, I don't even
and
think
he's not Kovalchuk.
If he's Kovalchuk, I'll be very happy.
But honestly, between all three, nobody is listening to us right now. All right, so only 3 of us. We have 3 big fans of Montreal Canadiens. All right, I don't ask her next year, but regularly, how many goals do you think he will score per year? Like, and period of 5 years right now, and starting in 3 years, how many goals do you expect him to be?
He should regularly be about a 35 goal scorer.
Yeah.
35?
Yeah.
35 plus.
I would say 30, 35.
Yeah.
I would say about 60 points, 70 points per year.
That's where he's probably going to max out. Exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty much right. Can I borrow $10? Yes, Joe. Go to the corner and ask her. Her name is Erika, and she's right now in the street, and she make a lot of money today, so I'm sure she have $10 right now, and you can get her definitely about this. Ladies and gentlemen, we just crossed all the queue. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm back in the chat right now. I missed everything. I don't know if they talk against us, but if they did, it's okay. If you ask a question in the chat, I did not follow you guys. Thanks to join us tonight. We appreciate it. Coach, do you think the NHL getting too young too quick? Honestly, look, my best answer I can say to you, the salary cap pushed that way.
Yeah.
Because they cannot pay the older players the money they want or they can. And because they have to, the 35 years old, the Maroon, the Perry, and the 34, 33, when they play third line, fourth line, they get $1 million. So they say, better to play with a 22, 21, 30, 23 years old, cheaper, and give them a backup plan for them. So that's the reason I believe they're going lower, younger, because it's cheaper to run the team with the salary cap.
I think
don't forget
COVID
to click on the likes.
really hurt it too. I think COVID hurt it, held things back.
Yep. Let's go move on to the question of the night, guys. And we go from there tonight. We have a couple of questions. Thanks for joining us tonight. Can Vegas Creative say bye-bye to Leonard? I don't see this. Yes and no. Goaltender, they need it now. Adam, but who they send Leonard? Who they going to be in the goaltender after that?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be nice to be able to do it, but the way that things are situated, not a good time right now.
I mean, Thompson showed good promise, but I don't know if he can hold up an entire season.
Yeah.
Are you thinking he can carry on this team in the playoff? And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We saw a very small sample set last year.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to give him a couple years to really get into that role.
Look, I said thank you, Batman. That's my point. Yeah, that's on the subject for another time, Mr. Luke. Don't start steal the pot. Look, we have a great night so far.
Oh my God!
Go, Luke. Go. Stir the pot.
Here we go. Question number 1 tonight. Easy.
Quiz time already.
Easy question tonight. 20 defensemen were drafted in the NHL Draft 2022 and the first 2 rounds. Which country had the most? Sweden, USA, Russia, Canada, Slovakia, Czechia, Switzerland, all three countries together for the letter E. Sweden, USA, Russia, Canada, Slovakia, Czechia, Switzerland, all three together. Good luck, everybody.
Just the first 2 rounds, okay. Oh boy.
Now we should pay attention to that.
Thank you, RJ. Thank you, Nicolas. Adam, Ron, Jose, Blackhawks, Real, Salar. Thank you. Adam, Andy, Mark, Rabinowitz. Mark is always with us, guys. Love Mark. Mark is quiet, but he listens to us. And Mr. Enarta. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you, Francois.
I think E. I'm going to go with E.
Thank you, Noner. And Mr. Andrew.
Toss between.
Thank you, Luke.
I'm going E as well. Yeah.
Nicholas said B.
Oh my God!
That was
The
my
answer,
second.
guy, is D.
Really?
Canada.
Really?
Wow. Okay.
I thought it
both
was
of
gonna
you
end
are
up being
good.
States. Wow.
Both said Canada, right?
No, we said E.
Yeah, we said Canada. We said
Yeah,
Canada.
yeah,
Ah.
Canada.
I thought you said B. Oh, I got it. I know I'm happy right now. Sean McIntyre's got it. Sean McIntyre, Kelly got it. About this one with that. That's a good question about this one.
Oh my God!
Question number 2. We have 6 questions tonight. Don't leave the building.
Never.
Here we go. They were drafted in 2009. Which one played so far the most game in NHL? Which one of them played the most game in NHL? David Savard, Matthias Ekholm, Riley Smith, Tyson Barrie, or Marcus Foligno? Which one of them played the most game in NHL so far? They all been drafted in 2009. Good luck, everybody.
I don't have to say.
So RJ, Jose Duarte, Pierre Martin, François Pitt, Sean, and Kelly take the lead. Here we go. Ron got it. RJ got it. Jose got it. Super Drew got it. Salah got it. Nicholas got it. Adam got it. Kelly got it. Blackhawks got it. Sean, I got it. Luke Laforson, I got it. And Nooner got it. Mike Rabinowitz, I got it. And Real Deal Prim got it. Mr. Andrew.
B.
D like Tyson Barrie?
Yeah.
All right. And D said the same thing. What about you, Mr. Notap? Francois
You
Pitt
said-
said
Did you say Tyson Barrie?
yes, he
No,
did.
I said B.
Julie, welcome,
B.
Julie.
B.
Thanks, Julie, to join us tonight.
Yeah.
Julie Thibodeau, guys.
That's what I thought you said.
Coach. I said B. B.
Oh, Matthias Ekholm.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch it end up being Tyson Barrie.
And I'll tap.
Just to make it interesting, I'm going to take D, Tyson Barrie.
Oh my God!
Unfortunately, you should make the middle. C. Riley Smith.
Oh my God!
And Kelly, RJ, Pierre Martin take the lead at 2. Par Salah and Nooner and Adam Berger scored that one over there.
Way to go, no.
Question number 3 of the night. Which one of them was selected first on this list? So, the earlier the draft pick, Is it Ben Chariot, Sami Vatanen, Chris Whiteman, Mike Hoffman, or Casey Zizikas? Which one of them was drafted before everybody else? Good luck, everybody. Don't forget, we have 6 questions tonight. This is question number 3. RJ said A. Thank you, RJ, for your answer. Whoa, Blackhawks. Super Drew 932, welcome aboard. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. Jose Duarte, Andy Kuivula. Adam, Chris Whiteman is a UFC fighter. Non, Adam, c'est C. Qui n'a pas été draft premier? Non, c'est qui était drafté, Nicolas, le plus vite? Mark said B. Matt, so welcome aboard. Nicolas, François Pitt, Adam Berger, Kelly, Real Deal, Luc Lafortune, Nicholas, Julie Dubado. Merci, mon Julie. And Mr. Enartap.
I'm going to go with Weidman.
Whiteman, here we go. Anthony, Sean, and Mr. Andrew Nooner. Got it.
I'm going with A.
A. Ben Chariot. What is Pierre Martin answer? Pierre Martin answer. I don't have Pierre Martin answer, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody can give me his answer? B. Sami Vatanen.
Oh my God!
I lose my mouse. I use too many computer.
Watch out, my cat will get it.
E. Cassie Zizikas. He was drafted before everybody else.
This is
And
horrible.
Nicholas, Andy Kuivula score. But Kelly take the lead, guys, at 3. And François Pitt joined with 2 with Pierre Martin and RJ all dominate right now the leaderboard.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
Question number 4.
We're leading.
I'm getting shut out tonight.
And now be careful, guys, because now I change. So you can give me only one answer. Be careful. And you guys in that here, Andrew and our tap, you cannot give it until I said you can.
Okay.
All right? So watch out, everybody. It's coming. Be careful. Yeah, no time anyway, but I can go this way. I was born in Sweden. I played for 2 teams. All right. Nobody will tell me yet. So let's move on to the next one. I won the Stanley Cup.
Oh my God.
I don't think so. Everybody want to give me an answer. So let's move on to the next one. I played for 2 teams. That's the same question I said to you earlier. All right. Subatru said Peter Forsberg. Pierre Martin said Sudden. But I was straight 4 times. I played for 2 teams, but I was straight 4 times. Luke said B. Does not work. And the last one, I wore the number 16 and 22, and I was straight against Marianne Usa at some point. I was born in Sweden. I played for 2 teams. I won the Stanley Cup. I played for 2 teams, but I was straight 4 times. I won number 16, 22. And Mr. Enartap and Mr. Andrew, you can give me an answer. The first of everybody got it. You win this one. Ron said a Swedish guy. So far, you got it. Kelly says Salmin. Nicholas says Naslun. Pierre Martin says Sadin. Subatru 932 says Kaburik. Adam says Selani. And Anthony said Naslun. Pierre Martin says Salming. And our tap, Andrew, take a chance. Jose Duarte said Matt Nasloon. Here we go.
Traded for Marion Hossa.
I know who it is, and I can't remember his
Michael
name.
Samuelson, Nicholas. And up top, Blackhawks, I don't know. We are going to go an answer.
Hornquist? I don't think so.
Who?
Hornquist?
All right. Andrew
Zetterberg.
Zellerbird. All right. We talked about him last week. And this was very funny because he was traded 4 times. When he got traded 4 times, 2 times he never played with a team.
Oh, okay. I didn't say that.
I know who it is, and I can't remember his name, so I just went with Zetterberg.
Yeah.
Marcus Gruder.
No,
Oh,
that's not who I
Gruder.
thought.
Yeah.
Good. At least it wasn't who I thought it was. Shoot.
Marcus Gruder, went number
0 for 4.
16 and 22. He got traded. And Carolina, he never played over. He played 1 season, but after that, he got traded. In Arizona, he got traded again, and he never played for both teams. Then he went to play as a UF3 and Swiss, finished his career. So this one, guys, nobody got it. So the good news, you're still in the race.
That was a good
Nobody
one.
got it. Nobody got it.
That was a good one.
Here we go. A new song.
A little bit tough.
Was guys, Marcus
was
Gruder.
tough.
You should know this. I should put.
No, it was tough.
I should put.
Wouldn't even have thought of him. I wouldn't even have thought of him.
Since 2010, Buffalo draft over 100 players in the NHL. Since 2010, how many of them are still with them and the hockey club and National Hockey League, American Hockey League, or East Coast Hockey League? They have 9 players, 14 players, 19 players, 26 players, or 33 players.
Oh, my God.
That's brutal. Oh my word.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Luc.
Brutal.
Thank you, Nicolas. Adam, thank you. Super Drew 932, thank you. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. RJ, thank you. Angelo, thank you. Blackhawks, thank you. Nooner, thank you. Julie, thank you. Julie, first time with us tonight.
Hey, welcome, Julie.
Sean, thank you. Salah, thank you. Francois, Mark, thank you. During the time, Mr. Andrew.
Hey.
A. All right. Andy, yep. Joe Level 3, and thank you. And Mr. Notap.
I'm going to go with C.
C. Real Deal D, thank you. And Francois said C, thank you. And that's what we got that moment. Everybody answer the sir. The answer, guys, is Pierre Martin said E.
Oh my God!
B, 14. Here's the good answer about this one
That
over
was my
there.
other
The sun
choice.
in. And that's what we got at that moment. We have a few people, guys, score 2 times now. Nooner, Adam, Jose Duarte. Kelly still lead at 3 right there. We have one more question tonight. We have an extra bonus question. Can someone reach and square Kelly, or Kelly should have a good answer? It's over. Easy one. You follow
All of them
me.
are.
You should know that one. How many trade in NHL July 7 and 8 together? We got 18 trade, 21 trade, 22 trade, 23 trade, 26 trade. How many trade we got?
What year? What year is this?
How many
Okay.
trade we have during the NHL draft 2022?
Oh, during this year's draft?
How many trade in the NHL July 7 and 8, 2022? And we have Nicolas. Thank you. Blackhawks, thank you. Super True 932, thank you. RG, thank you. Solar, thank you. Yeah, 2022. Sorry about that.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right, come on, it's yesterday.
Yeah, but maybe coach was talking.
All right,
1980.
Nicholas, thank you. Andy Kuvila, thank you. Mark, thank you. Luc Laperson, thank you. Adam, thank you. Ron, thank you. Sean, thank you. Francois, thank you. Julie, thank you. Nunor, thank you. And Andrew.
I'm going A again.
Hey, Jose, thank you. And Inata. Nicolas said, he said, we have 2022. I go with 22. That's smart.
That's kind of a good move.
D.
You go with what?
D, 23.
23.
Danny.
You got it.
Oh my God!
And the answer
job.
is D. Congratulations, Mr. Inartab, but not good enough because the winner, ladies and gentlemen, tonight with 4
Kelly.
and 5, we have to give it to Miss Kelly.
job, Kelly.
Did it again. Miss Kelly, the winner, the first of the
job.
week. About this one over
Way to
there.
go, Kelly.
Way to go.
Here we go. Miss Kelly, the winner of the Frenchy quiz tonight, 6 and sir. We are back tomorrow night, guys, at 9 o'clock. We're going to reevaluate a little bit the weekend, a couple of news if you have some. If not, it's all about the UF3. What kind of possibility we can get those teams, everything like that. We're going to continue about you guys, about you, the quiz you have, not the quiz, but the draft, everything like that. I'll go to bed. I'm thinking about what kind of question I can get for them. Let's see, I can get out of this.
How about you let Andrew and I come up with the
Yeah,
questions?
give us a turn.
Yeah, we should do that. I'm going to wait a little bit there. By the way, guys, don't forget one more thing. Try to sharing this YouTube channel. We have 4 days. We're missing 20 people to reach a 5,000.
do it.
Why not to do it at the UF3? By the way, we are live at UF3, guys.
On my birthday.
11:30 Wednesday until 5 o'clock p.m. All day long to see what's going on around. So good
Has to
job,
happen on my birthday.
Kelly. That's your birthday?
Yep, 13th.
Here we go. I'm going to celebrate with you
Happy birthday.
about this one there. I'm going to send you some wings from the Hooters for you, Mr. Inatap and Mr. Andrew, about this one over there. I'll be good there.
We got the
You
wins.
are awesome. You are
I was gonna say something, but I'm leaving it alone.
You are
You know?
the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm on Sunday night right now. I never thought we had Saturday night. What a night, guys. Hopefully you had a great time. We really have a good time with everybody. Mr. Johnny from Japan back in the house tonight. Thanks so much, everybody. Mr. Andrew again, thanks so much. Mr. Inartab, always a pleasure having both of you with us. Michael Divino, hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. He's trying to come in. Unfortunately, I have no room for him. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. Until then, guys, of course, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only to dominate your day, find a way to dominate your second half of what?
2022.
We love you, people. Have a great night, everybody.
Should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Marcel, mon gars, là.
What do I know? I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's
Merci, Luc.
going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me.
En passant, Luc, mon char est à vendre aujourd'hui.
Really want to know
Oh, ça faisait mal.
what's going on
Il n'est pas vendu encore. Il est mis à vendre aujourd'hui, mon char.
now. You and me. Should I
Have a good night. Nicolas, Kelly, RJ, François Pitt, Blackhawks, Nooner.
Is this another breakdown? You and me. Should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me. Should I
Thank you, Jose.
we're down, putting on a show?
Oh, 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 oh.